All right, beautiful souls, let's hop into this quick, short message. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Only take what resonates to and for you. Leave what doesn't. Of course, you're responsible for your actions and reactions to collective as well as personal readings. If you wish to book with me, link is in bio. The first card, the first message we start off with is, you're enough, just be. You got to let things flow. A lot of you keep questioning your self-worth. You've had people in your life that they've made you question your self-worth, and you're very used to doing this now. You have to realize you're more than enough. I want you to really center in on the energy of this image, because what I'm channeling really resonates with that image. This person is standing on a puddle of water, and it's all this energy around them, a lot of emotion, a lot of air energy, communication, thought, and their aura from the feet upward, it's starting to just illuminate out of them like a mist. It's starting to expand. Your inner being wants to break free. And I keep hearing that song, the Queen song, I want to break free. I keep hearing it over and over again because so many of you want to break free, but you're holding on to thought processes or activities that keep you in this stuck, I can't move, I can't see my worth type state. You need to tap into the I am state and understand the I am is the us. It's still us. The I is the you is the me. We are the we, and we make the us, the tapestry of life. But you first have to see how powerful you are. You are a unique representation of the universe. You're a reflection of that universe. You were born divine, right? We tap more into these subjects when we get into light wisdom. So you'll want to subscribe to the podcast for all of that. I'm going to have key days that episodes come out for this type of thing, but it's all about raising awareness, raising your consciousness. I'm here as a spiritual person to help you with guidance and clarity, to get you to the point where you realize you can be your own guru. You can be your own philosopher, so to speak, and you can still be inspired by the ones around you as well. But we're not here for you to keep having to experience the same problems over and over. You have to let go in order to allow yourself to transform. When you allow yourself to tap into that power, to feel those wings, you notice how her wings are these little angel wings. Some of you have probably been feeling, a lot of us been getting wing pain. The shoulder blades, we're feeling that ascension of what we call getting the wings back, feeling where your wings once were, right? A lot of times that tension can also come in there when we feel a lot of pressure on the shoulder and back from weighing ourselves down, that 10 of swords kind of energy. It's time for you to realize that when you start to see that you're more than enough as a reflection of the divine, you're able to radiate that from yourself. And never apologize for that confidence. Never apologize for that knowledge. Remember what I said, to know everything is to know nothing. To know nothing is to know everything, which means you always put yourself at a state of zero when you feel compelled to have a new perspective. For a minute, you get rid of the way you thought you knew something or what you knew. I just saw 333. You put it in the back burner. You allow yourself to absorb the new information. You digest it. Let it roll around the system a bit. Okay, what resonates right now? Some things will resonate now. Some things will resonate later. They'll be cataloged in the memory bank, right? And then, boom, you know a new thing. You learned a new perspective. You're full of vast knowledge. We all are, right? And you're able to see, wow, I'm not in lack. I don't really have to just unlock something. I just have to tap into this unlimited amount of knowledge that's before me. And so what the divine will do is it'll put people in front of you to help you with that. Could be a reader like myself. I'm not just a reader, right? But it could be someone who, like me, I'll do soul sessions with you and etc. It could be a friend. It could be a relative that you thought in the past, oh man, when they talk, they just sound crazy. But come to find out, everything they picked up on happened, right? It doesn't have to be just one person. It doesn't have to be just one way. It doesn't have to be just one path. But it's all going to lead you back to the same answer. You are divine. You are full of abundance. And it is time for you to tap into that. And when you do so, you illuminate. And that light, that energy, that essence, you already draw people towards you, but you might find that at this moment, when you're in negative, low vibrations, you draw towards you low vibrational people. When you raise higher, you draw in higher. And listen, a lot of times you guys are praying, I want this way to be made clear. I want to be able to have my partner, blah, blah, blah. Well, listen, sometimes for that to happen, we tap into a bit of that Mama Kali energy. Kali gonna remove all the obstacles, but she doesn't move them like Ganesh. Not that Ganesh is always sweet about it. She'll destroy something. If something has to go and you've been clinging to it, it'll be destroyed in order to create the path that's necessary for you to get to where you need to be. And it's up to you to understand that perspective and to see it. There are no problems without solutions. There are no questions without answers. However, when it comes to you, you are going to always be the solution to your problem and the answer to your question. You can learn to tap in from different people. Others can tell you what they see, and you can start to allow yourself to begin to see yourself in that light. But it's all going to come back to you at the end of the day, just like your choices and your decisions all come back to you. So it's important that you recognize your power. When you do that, you pull in your twin flame and soulmate connections, your sacred unions. I'm picking up that a lot of you, your community is going to grow. That's your soul tribe. Soul tribe represents community. So think like Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles kind of energy, right? Soul family. Now, those are the people who come in, they ain't going nowhere, and they're the ones that are going to be very personal with you. Your community, you share certain things with, you might still keep some things to yourself. Your family, you share even more. Some could be family from another life. Some could be people that you ask yourself, why do I feel like I know this person for so long? Because they're a part of your soul family or your soul tribe, and they're here to help you, to assist you. Your community can also be your spiritual community. Whether it's like the Rama, Kundalini community, whether it's, for some of you who follow me, you're following Master Shri Akashna. I just saw 707 for that. A lot of you notice synchronicities that led you to these different gurus and different masters, and they help to build a community. And then within that community, you start to find your soul family, people that you have deep connections with, like a brother, a sister, a mother, a father figure, and etc. Allow yourself to be open to receive those blessings. These are people who are seeing that illuminated light. And when you're feeling down and you can't seem to notice it yourself, those are the people, even if sometimes they got to bite you to get you to realize, hey, don't you go pedaling backwards, don't you go pedaling back into the dark, then so be it. They'll wake you up. Family can talk to you different than regular people can, if you get what I'm saying. We also have that in dreams. I was channeling this for about a week now, and this card really represents what I was picking up on. We see the moon in the image, and we also see birds looking like they're heading towards the moon or past it. A lot of messages are coming to people in their dreams. Some of you may be having a hard time recalling your dreams. When you have this issue, I want you to break a habit, because a lot of you do this. Stop saying, oh, I never remember my dreams. Oh, I can't remember my dreams. Oh, I haven't remembered my dreams in years. You're speaking that into existence more and more. Instead, recognize the fact that first and foremost, you're dreaming. Dream state is when we travel to other worlds, we experience other, realities, we experience visions that'll help us with what's coming. Dreams represent a lot of different things, but in many cases, it's traveling another world. So first acknowledge you are dreaming, right? And then when you wake up, if you feel like, I feel like a message came to me and I'm not quite sure what it was, that's the time to meditate. And as you meditate, have a book near you. You'll notice back in the day, channelers used to do this, because there's different ways to channel. They would channel a message from a higher realm or their higher self, and they would write really fast in the book. Have a book near you and start writing down everything that comes to your mind as you're meditating. Even if it's just one word, you're looking for like key things that'll trigger whatever the message was in the dream. Allow that to flow to you. And then when you're out of your meditation, you can take a minute to sit with those words and think about what's been going on. Let's say for like a week, what's been going on in your week. You'll realize that in your dream, you've been getting answers, solutions, maybe even fair warnings of certain things, certain situations. It'll help you to not only enhance your intuition, but it'll help you to recognize when your guides are contacting you. And this is another thing I was pointing out to remind you guys of. Spirit guides don't just mean spirits. It's not just saying, oh, a spirit from a being that's crossed over, a being that exists in another realm. Yes, it means them too. But it's also just spirit communication, telepathic communication. You can have this with people that you haven't even met yet. And then you meet them and you go, did we have this conversation before? And they're like, I know, I feel like it's a strange feeling of deja vu, like we talked about this before. You did. You were telepathically communicating. Most of the time this happens when you're coming across someone who will be some type of mentor to you, or you might end up being a mentor to. There's this strong familiarity. So don't think of spirit guides and angels sending you messages in just one way, and don't think of spirit guides as only meaning those who cross over or those who are in another realm, in another form of existence, another being, extraterrestrial, and etc. It can be all of that. But a lot of times too, the person that's communicating with you has a physical incarnation on the earth right now, and they're just waiting for you to do what that first card said so that you can illuminate and you guys can find each other through all the synchronicities. Now, I know synchronicities to many people, it's like, the strings of coincidences. There's really no such thing as a coincidence. Everything's connected. Everything happens for a rhyme and a reason. It's just that a lot of times people are very passive with it, don't notice it. And by the time they do, they go, oh, maybe it's just in our head, right? But we manifest everything around us all day. I just seen 1111 and I saw 111 as well. So these numbers, these messages, very important for some of you. I'm going through this very fast right now, so if it seems a little confusing, you might want to play it back a few times, but this is how it's channeling in. A lot of interdimensional beings are contacting you, and for many of you, it's in dream state. For some of you, it's also while you're awake. So pay attention to those thoughts. You know, when you have a thought and you kind of feel like, I don't think I thought that, or I feel like I didn't think that. Sometimes that's your spirit guide placing that thought there. And if you meditate on that enough, you'll hear it more clearly. You'll hear the voice more clearly. I recommend that you listen to binary beats. You listen to singing bowls. Listen to sounds that raise your frequency. Play them in your ear. Play them in your room. Allow yourself to resonate with that. Meditate with those sounds. You might be passive when you meditate. You could be active when you meditate, but make sure that you're connecting with those sounds, and you'll start to notice that the signs come to you easier. You'll start to hear thoughts, and you'll know. Sometimes you guys already know. You'll know if a thought comes in and that's like your mother that passed over, or your grandfather that lives in another country or may have passed. Like you can recognize their energy and their presence. It's the same thing when angels and other beings are communicating with you. They have a certain presence, a certain familiarity. They may not feel like someone you've known in your physical world, but you know that you know them, and they're not going to lead you astray. And always use your discernment when you are first getting some of these messages, because again, when you're in a low vibrational frequency, sometimes you bring in low vibrational beings and etc. So always pay attention to what you're feeling and hearing when you're being told something. Okay? And that's the message that was channeling in for you guys. These are messages for Ascension. That's what this deck is, and that's the deck I was led to for this. I, of course, will have that information in the description somewhere. The beautiful stand that you see here was custom made by me lovely Nelsa. Make sure that you head over and check her out too. She's also an Ascended Master Teacher, by the way. There's a lot of us out here. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.